In this video, I will introduce you to CE marking in the United Kingdom. And when I'm referring to CE marking, I'm referring to this compliance mark, which is European Union compliance mark. And in this video, I will also frequently mention the UKCA mark. So just for context, this is what the UKCA mark looks like, because these two compliance marks are related. Right, now let's begin with the basics. So what exactly is CE marking? Now, CE marking indicates that a product is compliant with one or more EU regulations or directives that in turn require CE marking. And a few examples would be, say, the ROHS directive, the low voltage directive, the EMC directive, or the radio equipment directive. These are different directives that specifically cover electronics, but CE marking can also be found, and well, must be found on toys, PPE, medical devices, machinery, batteries, and so on. So that's a CE mark. That's what the CE mark is about. Now, the big question is CE marking accepted in the UK? Let's begin with the background. So, after Brexit, the UK government announced its intention to replace the CE mark with the UKCA mark. But in 2024, the UK government introduced the Product Safety Metrology, etc. Amendment Regulations 2024. That's a very complex name, which provided businesses with the option to either use the CE mark or the UKCA mark in order to have the product sold in the UK. Okay, only for certain products, though, certain regulations to be specific. Now, if we look at the source, which I link, the URL is listed below, you'll see the following. So what this means is that businesses will have the flexibility to use either the UKCA mark or the CE mark to sell products in Great Britain. Okay. Now, for context, the CE mark is actually still required in Northern Ireland, but that's a different video, different topic. So I will stick to Great Britain in this video. And continued recognition of current EU requirements, including CE marking, will apply to 21 product regulations. I think this is only one under one department, so there's a few more that it also applies to. So this is the list of regulations that you can find on the gov.uk/guidance/CE marking page. For context, it's a number that applies to electronics, toy safety regulations for toys, gas appliances, machinery, personal protective equipment, and so on. Okay, so if you sell a product covered by one or more of these regulations, then you have the choice between the CE mark or the UKCA mark. And here are also a few more. They do mention specifically that this is not the case for medical devices, construction products, marine equipment, and also the products listed down here. All right, so to summarize, UKCA as Great Britain only, England, Wales, and Scotland. And the CE mark, EU plus Northern Ireland plus Great Britain, but only for certain products. That's the way it works. Why does this matter? Well, having the option to CE mark a product and follow an EU directive or regulation, well, it can reduce the burden on companies selling both in the EU and the UK that would otherwise be forced to follow two different procedures, which is time consuming and also very expensive, especially when you factor in things like lab testing and so on.